Next up at UFC Vegas 72, we have Martin Buday taking on Jake Collier. Martin Buday,
Is that
11 and what?
Hold on. Is that you with a beard? Is it? Wait, is that...
11 and 1 overall, 5-0 in his last 5. He is riding a 10 fight. I wish I had that kind of chest. I got no chest.
Oh, whoa! Look at that tattoo.
10
Whoa,
fight.
You found
Real
a few
meathead.
reasons in the few last weeks to show that thing off.
Real meathead.
That's for all the trash
early,
talkers. Make sure they know. Hey,
real
I got some tribal
early
on
20s.
me. Hey,
early
I got some
20s,
tribal on me.
Early 20s
I'm rough and
meathead.
tumble.
Anyway, Martin Buday, 11-1 overall, 5-0 in his last 5. He's riding a 10-fight win streak. He's taking on Jake Collier, 13-8, 2-3 in his last 5. He's on a 2-fight skid. Martin Buday is just a powerful striker. He's got heavy hands, 10 stoppage wins. He's got solid footwork. He throws everything with intent. The knock on him, though, is that he can be gun shy and he can be hittable, right? He doesn't throw as much as he should and he gets hit. He's got a negative striking differential. Bit of a slow starter at times. And he's coming off his first decision of his career ever, which, frankly, was a pretty bad decision. There were no takedowns whatsoever, and every single striking statistic was doubled on the other side. So he should not have won that decision, but he did, and that's probably why we're getting him at the price we're getting him at now. But he's taking on Jake Collier. Jake Collier is the opposite. He's a busy striker. He doesn't really have that power that Martin Buday has, but Jake Collier is going to come forward, throw up a ton of numbers. But again, no real power, and that's because he was a 185-pounder that eats like I eat, and then just kept ballooning up, and now he's weighing in at 250, 260, when in reality, he should be 185 pounds. He is coming off the second round knockout loss to Chris Barnett, all the way back in September. I'm not going to you. Jake Collier has had line movement here. He opened as an underdog. He's now a very slight favorite. I personally think Martin Buday wins this fight. I do have a half a unit money line on him at -110. Could have gotten a little bit of discount if I waited a half a second. I just think Jake Collier, listen, he got knocked out pretty bad in that last fight. Got beat up pretty good. Martin Buday's got an iron chin. He's got good takedown defense. And he hits really hard. And sometimes when that chin goes, it goes. And I think fighting heavyweights has probably started to catch up to Jake Collier. So, yes, Jake Collier took down Andrei Arlovski twice. He could potentially take down Martin Buday. But I like Martin Buday's takedown defense. I like Martin to get it done. That's why I got a half a unit money line him at -110. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah.
What the hell were you going to say?
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna move on, but since you brought it up, I was just gonna simply ask you a very serious question about if your nipples look like Jake Collier's nipples. I'm very curious.
My left one is a little beat up because I had it pierced, and then my mom ripped out the ring. Yeah. Yep. So we went to the Jersey Shore in high school, senior year of high school. I went to the Jersey Shore. My buddy, his family had a shore house, so we all went there, walking up and down the boardwalk. Me, Jared, Steve, and Jared's cousins, and we're going down the boardwalk. They had the piercing place. Steve got his nipple pierced, so I was like, "All right, I'll do it." I got my nipple pierced, just my left nipple. Got my nipple pierced, and then you're making a face. You knew this, right? Okay. Anyway,
No, it's not. Sometimes I have stories like this. I don't share them. You know what I mean? I have stories like this. You know, some story you just don't share. But you're in it now,
anyway,
so.
So then, a couple weeks later, a couple months later, a year later, I forget how much. This was. I was 18. Very long time. Yeah. And I would come. I would have
Hold
to.
on. I forgot about that. That wasn't just like, oh, get it pierced and then you take it out. How many different nipple rings did you have?
I never. I didn't buy
how
ones.
many?
Anyway,
some dangly ones. The Janet Jackson.
Anyway.
You were like, oh, when Janet Jackson happened, you were like, oh my god, I had that same one.
So anyway, I would have to tape it for wrestling matches and tournaments and stuff like that.
Oh my
anyway,
god, you still wore it even though you had to get it taped up? That's how much you love the thing.
Not the whole season because
oh my god,
I was in the kitchen. Jared was at my house and I was in the kitchen. And I like pissed him off. I said something. He goes, oh, yeah. And he lifted my shirt up to show my mom. My mom had no idea. And my mom just goes, and ripped it out.
No way.
That was the end of the nipple ring.
But that's just me.
Anyway, what's your breakdown on this fight?
Oh, I haven't broke down this fight yet.
No.
It'll be quick. Mark Buday is bigger, and therefore I think he wins. I mean, literally, when it comes down to this fight, it's literally like, yeah, Jake Collier's got the power, or I mean, the volume and the pressure, but he was kind of broken down in that last fight versus Chris Barnett, and Mark Buday, as much as he gets hit, he seems like he can just kind of eat those shots. I mean, he just kind of works through stuff. He throws the powerful shot. He's just going to keep lumbering forward, doing his little whatever he is. He's the bigger guy in this matchup. I don't think that Jake's going to be able to take him down, as you said. By the way, I must have been at your house during the Jake Collier-Chris Barnett fight because I watched that yesterday while I was doing the tape film because I watch fights, every single fighter.
And you don't remember seeing it?
I didn't watch. That fight started, and I was like, when the hell did this fight? And I looked it up, and it was 279. I think I was over to your house. I must have
What was the main event? What was the main event?
It was I knew it earlier today. Hold on. I can click it right here, I think. Diaz and Ferguson.
I don't know if we watched that together.
I don't know, but I don't remember that. If you have not watched that,
What month?
September, I think.
No,
So
no, because you only came out to my old place once to watch fights. And it was Izzy.
Well, I must have been doing some wild. Oh, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let me think.
Yeah,
September
okay,
10th, that was, now that I'm thinking about it,
bet.
that could have been a while. Now I understand. So I must have missed that fight. I was head deep somewhere into something. But what a great fight. You gotta go back and watch that fight, the Chris Barnett fight. But he did get hurt by Chris Barnett. Once Chris Barnett was on top of him, he was able to outwork him, and Jake got really tired really quick in that fight. I know it was a crazy fight, the fire fight, the crazy whatever. He had Chris Barnett dropped in like the first 40 seconds, so he was chasing a finish and this and that. But, Martin Buday's the bigger guy. I think he's going to have the powerful shots, and I think he finds a way to sloppily somehow gets this done, so.
This is one of the weirdest and funniest comments I've seen. I don't even know. Anyway, this breakdown took a fucking wild turn. Anyway, I agree. I think Jake Collier's time of competing with heavyweights when he, in all reality, yes, he's tall, but he shouldn't be a heavyweight. I think that's sort of catching up to him here. I think that knockout to Chris Barnett was a problem. It's going to start to turn the tides there. He got hit hard, and it was a problem, and Martin Buday hits just as hard. Martin Buday has a granite chin. Martin Buday is a little more solid, if you will, than Jake Collier. So, yeah, I like Martin Buday to get it done. I took that half a unit bet at -110 because I thought the line was going to move that way. I thought people were going to look at this and be like, yeah. Because I honestly think we're getting a discount because he should have lost his last fight and didn't. But nobody cares that Jake just lost 2 fights in a row. Like, that doesn't matter.
That's right. You think that Buday should be, what, like a -150 or something?
Yeah, honestly, something like that.
Well,
he's bigger, stronger, hits harder, has wrestling takedown defense. What is Jake Collier going to do to him? And we know Jake Collier can get knocked out.
I mean, he basically lost. I mean, obviously he won the last fight, but he lost the last fight by getting out-volumed, and that's exactly what Jake Collier can do. So
100%. That's why I think there's the discount here. But I think that was just more of a bad night than anything.
Bad day in the office. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes we just wake up on Monday mornings and we're just not feeling it. But guess what? You got to just kind of stick with it. You got to understand that days will get better. Every time it goes tonight, there is a day, and the sun will come out tomorrow, and just hang in there.
Is this one of those times where you would literally go forever and wait till I interrupt you to stop you?
Actually, I was wrapping it up right there. So that was perfect. There you go.
Not like that Amanda Hebos story that was just going on.
Speaking of
okay,
Amanda Hebos.
We're done. We're done. WeOwnPicks.com. Become a premium member for $10 a month.